Hello, it's Ruby, and today I'm going to be sharing a weekly routine with you. I try to do one of these every term at university because obviously my week changes, and in the past my weekly routines have been very structured. They've been basically timed by the hour, but this term and last term I haven't been doing that. Some weeks I'm having to prioritise certain things more, and so it just doesn't make sense to have a weekly structure of sorts, but I do have a rough routine. So I filmed everything I did this week, Monday to Friday, and I hope you enjoy watching. So as you can see, I was just starting out with my morning routine. I do some yoga in the morning. And then I went downstairs to get some breakfast. This morning I had some homemade tahini flapjack kind of thing with yogurt, and I also had a peanut butter smoothie on the side. And then I went upstairs to get started on work, so you will see a general trend the whole way through this week where in the morning I focus exclusively on dissertation work. So I wake up and then for like the first hour or two of the morning I will be working on my dissertation because I work best at that time. So this morning the first thing I did was read this paper by Liz Stanley, who is an epistolary theorist who is honestly so cool. I think she's probably my favourite academic. And then I was doing some structural planning and I went through my current draft of my dissertation and I cut out whole sections because at the moment I am massively over the word count and I really need to get it down. Then this morning at 11 I was meeting up with my friend Valeria for brunch, and so I walked into town listening to an audiobook at the same time. Today we went to Pura Vida, which is such a cool cafe. It has a really nice surf feel and the food is really affordable. I've been really wanting to try their smoothie bowls, and so I got the banana and mango one and it was truly 10 out of 10. Afterwards I popped into the library because I had some books I needed to return. And whilst I was there, I studied. I just kept on going through that draft of my dissertation and cutting things out and making edits. And I stayed at the library for maybe an hour before heading back. It's nearly 3 o'clock and I'm back from town and I'm just going to work some more on my dissertation. I also had a bowl of porridge when I got in because I was a bit hungry. I actually did some more work on my dissertation, which is really unusual. I don't usually work on my dissertation in the afternoon. Obviously I was in the mood for it, so I think I did an hour of dissertation work. And then I did some bits for Pumpkin Productivity, which is the stationery company I run. I've spent like 2 hours, an hour and a half or 2 hours working on the final edits for the academic planner for next year, which is being properly finalised tomorrow. Really exciting, honestly. I think it's the best of the planners we've had so far. I then was just really not in the mood to work. I was feeling really tired, so I just watched some YouTube for about 40 minutes. And then in the evening I went swimming. I like to go swimming on Monday evenings. I usually swim for about half an hour, but today I think I swam for more like 20 minutes just because I wasn't really in the mood to keep on going. And I got back and I was actually having my friend Esme round for dinner tonight, so I made some waffles. Addicted. They are amazing.
Literally never had waffles.
And went for a kind of Moroccan theme in terms of toppings. After dinner I just cleaned the kitchen and did the washing up. And I also prepped some breakfast for Blakely and I the next day. I just made these mango coconut overnight oat pots. And that's everything I did on Monday, so now let's move on to Tuesday. On Tuesday, it started off by planning my day, just in my academic planner. And then I did dissertation work. You know the drill, I was doing dissertation work for the first few hours of the morning. I've just finished a redraft of the introduction to my second chapter of my dissertation. Genuinely, this has been hanging over me so much, like I keep on worrying about it, and so got that done, which is the main thing I wanted to do today for my dissertation. And now, because it's 11 AM on Tuesday, I've got a meeting about pumpkin productivity. So at 11 I had a meeting about pumpkin productivity, which is with the amazing Lauren, who you can see on the screen. So today we were talking through next year's academic planner quite a lot. This week, you will see, is quite focused around doing the last few edits, because that's going to be sent off for printing at the beginning of April. All done now, and I am actually probably going to go and get some lunch now. At the same time as cooking, I meal prepped, so I cooked up some sweet potato and also some quinoa. I also made a few tahini oat cookies, which have been my obsession recently. They are so good. I'll put the recipe on the screen. So this is how the cookies turned out. I'd already eaten one by this point, and this was my lunch bowl. Then I went upstairs, wrote a quick note for a viewer who had won a giveaway on Instagram. And then I walked into town again. I have really been enjoying writing in cafes recently. I'm usually a home study person. I like to study in my room at my desk, but I've really been loving going to coffee shops to do writing for my creative writing module, and also I'm doing a big structural edit of the book I wrote last year at the moment too, and so I'm spending a lot of time writing, and I'm just enjoying doing this in cafes. So I went to Pret this day. I got an Earl Grey tea. Yeah, it was really, really nice. I love window seats as well. My favourite kind of place to study is in front of a window. I headed back when Pret closed at 6. And when I got back, I did a ballet fit workout. I just did 2 10-minute classes by the Lazy Fit dancer. Then I finished off those oat biscuits and I made some dinner. And in the evening, I was doing a load of writing. And then for the last hour of the night, I was just doing some admin tasks and replying to emails, doing some bits of pumpkin productivity as well. Oh, and this is the cover for the academic planner for this coming year, which is really exciting. Just a sneak preview. I do work with a designer on the planner. I was just kind of perfecting the positioning of the leaves. And there we go, that is everything I did on Tuesday. So I went to bed quite late on Tuesday. It was past midnight by the time I turned off the light after reading. Then Wednesday morning, so Wednesdays I have an 8:30 seminar on campus, and so I woke up at about 7 this morning. And then I walked into campus, and this is my amazing creative writing seminar group. Honestly, I love this seminar group so much. I have never had a seminar group where everyone is so close. Even though we've got the whole row here, and then this is just empty. What are you working on, Giovanni? Beautiful. Oh yeah, picture book illustration. I'm gonna miss the seminar group a lot when we finish next week. Hello. We have just had our seminar, and now we're gonna go into town, which we're going to wheel because we went to March Coffee, which is a really cute cafe in Exeter. I'd never been there before, but they serve the most amazing vegan donuts, and they change up the recipes and types every day. So the one I got was a tonka bean and blueberry one. Everyone in there is so nice as well, and they also have Wi-Fi, and it's a really great place to study. So Imogen Blakey and I were just studying. Well, actually, I wasn't studying. I was working on my internship. I'm doing a research internship at the moment with the Exeter Special Collections archive. This smoothie is amazing. Blakey, best recommendation. What smoothie is it?
It is banana and date and tahini.
And it's incredible, like the best combination. Like, genuinely incredible. Imogen comes over and we're just like holding up smoothies. Imogen got
Blueberry oat and banana. It's pretty good. I would recommend.
Okay, anyway, we should probably study. Basically creating some videos about the things which are in the Exeter archives for other Exeter students. And so I was doing lots of research into the Middle Eastern archives and the material held there in preparation for a call which I had in the afternoon. I just had a parcel arrive. Mighty Milkology, Barista and Semi, chocolate chip cookies, toast and jam tea, which I have got, and this tastes so good. Like, biscuit tea is amazing. Then here I did some last bits of internship work before my call at 2 o'clock. Zoom call all organised. Got my notebook. I went through and just re-edited a paragraph of my dissertation. Okay, so then also Jacqueline Wilson has done a rewrite of The Magic Faraway Tree by Enid Blyton. Magic Faraway Tree was one of my favourite books when I was a kid, and Jacqueline Wilson was my favourite writer, and so as soon as I saw this pop up as like available for pre-order, I went and pre-ordered it. And then here I did a quick bit more dissertation work before heading out to the post office in town because I had 2 parcels to send. And then when I got back, I went to trampolining. So I have trampolining on Wednesday evenings from 3 until 6, but I didn't go for the whole time. On Wednesdays, I tend to go for 2 hours, so I go from 3 till 5. And this is me doing my level 5 routine. Not that I'm competing in any competitions, but still, it's good to practice the routines. Oh, and quick shout out to Caitlin, who I met today at trampolining, and she told me about this e-waste campaign that she's doing basically spreading awareness about e-waste and how we can reduce that. So definitely check that out on Instagram if you want to. I got back and I did some writing. I like to write in the afternoons. Really, luckily actually, I find that I work best on academic stuff in the morning and I work best on writing in the late afternoon. Then, of course, I went downstairs and made a cup of tea. I tried the Milkology milk and it actually tastes the most like real milk of any dairy-free milk that I've tried. I was really surprised at how much it tastes like real milk, and this one was really creamy as well. And yes, I was just doing more writing in the afternoon. And then after dinner, I just did the washing up and had a nice relaxing evening. Here we are on Thursday. And again, I'm doing dissertation work in the morning. Look how predictable I am. I did about an hour of really productive work and then I was just feeling quite tired. I wasn't really feeling in the mood for doing anymore, and so I did some chores instead, just a laundry load and some washing up. Instead, I did some writing. I'm just working on my book now. I'm doing a restructure, and this is a section which really needs a lot of work. So I'm going to write up a plan of how the chapter's going to look. I just kind of went through and wrote a one-line summary for each chapter and just made sure that structurally it made sense and like kind of it was working with pacing. Then I took a long lunch break and walked to campus. Slightly awkward thing to carry. Again, this was for my internship, and I went to the Exeter Archives, like Special Collections, to film John Jarmain's letters for one of the episodes. I had to carry my tripod all the way to campus as well, which was a little bit awkward, but oh well. And I got there about half an hour early, so I just sat outside the old library and I did some more writing. I wrote a chapter of my book here. Then here is me in the archive. Last year I had an internship where I transcribed John Germain's letters, but I did this all digitally because of the pandemic, and so I hadn't seen them in person, and it was so incredible to actually hold the letters and feel the paper and see them in person. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show you the actual letters themselves in this video because I don't have permission to film them for YouTube, but it was really amazing, and if you are ever able to, I would highly recommend going to the Exeter archives to see them. Anyone can access them, and it's so easy if you're an Exeter student as well. When I got back, I did a little bit of cleaning, not very much. I was really in a writing mood today, and I sat downstairs this day. And then over dinner, I was reading my book. I was doing a little bit more writing here, and at about 8:30 I moved on to doing some admin tasks, which is what I always tend to do in the evenings. One thing I had to do was fill out a photo release form for the video footage I'd taken today in the archives. I'm doing video release forms at the moment from the archives today. That actually did take quite a long time. And I also did a final check of the dates in the academic planner to make sure that they all lined up and all of the months were in order, etc. And then the final thing I did this evening was edit part of today's video. And then finally, we are here on Friday. So I got started on dissertation work at around 7:15 this day. And this is the final thing I had to do for the academic planner this week. This year's academic planner has handwritten study tips throughout, and there was one of them which hadn't come out quite right the first time, and so I just rewrote that and sent that over. And I also had a few forms to sign. From 10:30 to 12:30, I have a writing workshop for my Writing for Children module. Since there isn't Wi-Fi in the cafe, I just like to compile anything I might need ahead of time, so make sure that all of my things on Drive or Notion are transferred into a Pages document where I can access them. So I'm just going to quickly go through and do that now.
We've been waiting around for too long for something to show. Same old places and faces of people.
And we actually have this in a cafe, which is so cool. You go to Crank House Coffee, and everyone in this cafe is so nice. They have very good vegan cookies as well if you ever go. I sat with my friend Chloe and I got some mint tea, and I was obviously working on the middle grade book that I'm submitting for this module here, and got some feedback on the structure of that from my seminar tutor. We kind of just sat down to talk through that. I stayed in the coffee shop for an extra hour after our seminar finished, and then I quickly did a few things in town that I needed to do.
Away from these streets and the cold buzzing neon lights. Been keeping our
And then at about 2:30, I did some more writing, but this time for the other book, so not the one for my module, the one that I'm restructuring. And I write on Fridays until about 4:45, and then I get ready for trampolining again. So I have trampolining on Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays, and on Fridays I go from 5 until 6:15. It's a 3-hour practice, but I only stay until 6:15 because I have a yoga class from 6:15 to 7:15. Before leaving, I had a few last minute emails to reply to before the weekend, and I also wrote a thank you letter to my yoga teacher Charlotte, because it was actually going to be my last yoga class I'll go to before leaving university, which is really sad. And these yoga classes are so great, I can't recommend them enough. Definitely try out Charlotte's class from 6:15 to 7:15 in the dance studio, because they're amazing, literally one of the highlights of my week, and I can't recommend them enough. And Charlotte's just so nice as well, so I just wanted to say thank you. Trampolining's so fun because you take it in turns to go on the trampoline, and then in between you're just chatting with people, and there are so many nice people in the society. Today I was practicing my front tucks. I'm really bad at tucking up and like kicking out too late when I do front tucks, and so I'm just really trying to practice these, and my tuck is getting better in it. And then I get changed out of my activewear leggings and into yoga leggings, and I head to yoga, and this is me just in the yoga class. When I got back after dinner, I did some more writing and also some admin. And I edited some more of this video that you're watching right now. Then the final thing I did on Friday evening is watch some of Inventing Anna. And on Friday evenings, I really tried to watch something. It's quite a nice way to mark the end of the working week. It's now Saturday, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching today's video. It's the final week in my life that I'll ever film at university, which is really, really strange to say, and it really feels like the end of an era. So I hope that you enjoyed watching, and I hope that you have a productive week.